Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Pursuit of Being a Stand-Up Leader. My name is Jared Whitman with Whitman Media, and I am here with John Russell, a great friend and mentor of The Business Source, authority in marketing, a lot of years in marketing, and just knows a lot of stuff.
I'm old.
I'm learning a lot of stuff.
You're young.
Yeah, it's a great.
We're both old and young.
We're both. We both have different perspectives.
My challenge in life is to stay on the cutting edge.
We're you have a lot of enthusiasm, John.
I do.
And
I do.
What's the topic that we're going to cover today?
Excitement and enthusiasm.
Why did you put excitement and enthusiasm?
Well, this is an A to Z book.
Okay.
So when you get to X, there's not a lot of words that flow into my regimen of professional services.
Okay.
So I changed the spelling on it, and I started with an X. Xcitement.
Nice.
But it goes with enthusiasm. You know, I've been very, very fortunate because of the work that I do.
Yeah.
Is freaking exciting.
Yeah.
It is most of the time something cool is happening almost every day.
You know, I appreciate that you put this in the book because I'm at a point in my life, I'm in a season of life where this is the most fun I've ever had.
No way.
It
can't be.
Yeah, the most fun so far that I've ever had. 4 months ago, I was saying the same thing.
That's excitement.
It's excitement and enthusiasm.
So you're on a roll.
I'm doing a lot of stuff.
You know, you need to have, in these days and ages, excitement and enthusiasm to get through the day.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that's not all that positive.
Right.
So we need to be the forebearers of positivity. And that means you need to be excited about what you're doing, or find something about what you're doing that's exciting, or dig deep into your well and find out what do you want to do that's exciting.
Right.
And then you can be enthusiastic about it because people like doing business with other people who are excited and enthusiastic.
Yeah. If you love your job, if you love what you do, it totally relates in real life.
Yeah, I wrote down here, commitment leads to passion.
Mm-hmm.
And how do people demonstrate that passion?
Yeah.
By putting all of themselves into something.
Yep.
You know, there are days when I can see you are just, your wheels are turning. You're like, how do I make this better? How do I improve? How do I get better? Where am I going next? You're kind of on that mission of, I don't want to stay the same. I want to keep advancing.
Yeah.
And that to me is exciting. Being around people like that is contagious. And I know I came in today, I had an idea, you got an idea. We're like, yeah, okay, maybe that's something we should pursue.
Yeah.
You know, nothing replaces well-stated passion when it comes to being your best at work. You know, that sense of excitement and enthusiasm, it's contagious. And the person next to you, if they can feel that positivity coming off the vibrations, you're not sitting still because things are not going good. You're looking for opportunities. You're trying to find the better way. You're looking at things through the lens of how can we make it better?
Yeah.
Not what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mindset. It's positivity. It's mental attitude.
There's a book I read or listened to called Unreasonable Hospitality.
Cool.
And I forget who it's by, but it's about like the pursuit of being the top restaurant in the world.
Right, nice.
And so they looked at everything that they could do to make the customer experience.
Cool.
And they were so enthusiastic about it and so passionate about it. It's a great story.
Wow.
I highly recommend that book. But and there's a lot of other books and stories out there like that. But if you are not, look, we're here for a limited amount of time.
Right.
It's not guaranteed.
Right.
We're here.
How do you spend your days?
I firmly believe that we're each here to do a certain purpose.
Right.
You know, impact the world a certain way.
Right.
We each have a unique perspective on how we look at things, and that's what makes our superpowers beneficial to other people.
Right.
Our perspectives. If you're not enjoying, if you're not excited, if you're not enthusiastic about what you are doing every single day of your life, then you are just existing.
So if you have a hard time finding excitement and enthusiasm in yourself, you can find it in others.
Yes.
So I had the good experience of being involved as a leader in Madison Area Business Consultants for 3 years.
Yeah.
That was hard, but it was also exciting.
What was hard about it?
Being responsible for providing super high quality programs for other consultants who are very intelligent, very smart, very interested in learning. You know, as a leader, one of my jobs was not just to run the program and keep the organization flowing, but make sure the programs were of high quality.
Gotcha.
And I love doing that.
Yeah.
And my mantra for the entire duration, and it still is true today, was to lift each other up. And it wasn't about me because I was just one little cog in the wheel.
Right.
This is an organization with 65 professionals. My goal was to give everybody else a platform to step up on and lift each other up and showcase their talent, showcase their experience, showcase their knowledge. It was fantastic because people responded in like kind.
Yeah.
And everybody turned around and said, I'm going to lift you up. You're lifting me up. Just like you've done with me in the video, and I've shared with you some experiences, we're lifting each other up all the time. That's exciting for me.
Yeah.
I can get enthusiastic about that. And it doesn't wear off because we're going to do this again.
Right.
And I can't get enough of it sometimes. And I know you're like, geez, turn it down a little bit. But the reality is this is cool stuff.
It is cool.
And it's because you brought it.
I think it's cool that we get to do this.
I know. And that's where we're lucky because we love what we do.
Yeah.
But if you're finding it difficult to be excited about what you're doing and you're finding it difficult to be enthusiastic, you know, I was watching some podcasts this morning and they were talking about all the challenges in the world. There's a lot of people that are unhappy.
Yep.
And all he's saying is dig a little deeper, get with other people who are positive, who are enthusiastic, who are excited about doing stuff.
I think there's it's all mental, like a mindset.
No question.
Right. So even how you look at the world as far as your business goes, there's two ways you can look at it. You can look at you're in competition with everyone, or you can look at everyone as a prospect.
Yeah.
What a huge mind shift. Shift.
It's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. I just, I've like, that is so that just, there's so much abundance around. There's so much opportunity out there. How can you not be enthusiastic and excited about all of this abundance and opportunity that's out there in the marketplace?
Right.
But yeah, you do have to take action. So
a lot of people can't see it.
It's unfortunate
because they're in a dark place. You know, there are people out there that suffer, and I get it. And I'm here to tell you that we're hoping that we can help people.
Yeah.
And we're hoping we can share a little excitement and enthusiasm with others so that if you're having a hard time finding it on your own, look to somebody like us because we're going to bring you back up. We're going to put you up. We're going to lift you. That's why they call it stand-up leader.
Yep.
You know, you're the guy or girl that's going to stand up in front of the audience and say, we're going in this direction and I need you to follow me and here's the reasons why.
Yep. Mostly
because I care more about you than anybody else. I'm going to make sure you reach your goals. You know, and that's exciting for me when the leader is standing up there saying, you're going to help me? Wow, that's a company I want to be part of.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you want. You tell me what is required and I'll make sure I get it done. Stand-up leaders show a positive perspective even when faced with situations that don't favor them. Take the high road.
Yep.
Stay on the side of positivity.
Yep.
Don't fall into the negative trap. Don't be one of those guys or girls.
Right.
You know, so excitement and enthusiasm, Jared.
It's a good chapter in your book.
It's real simple.
Yep.
Bring it. Thanks for watching. Check out our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and share it with others if you like. If you need help with your video projects, Jared Whitman of Whitman Media is the guy you got to call. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.